How's it going, crew? This is Happy Days, and welcome to a potential new game that I'm going to do an episode of today called Neo Scavenger. If you're not sure about it, it's a survival-based game set in an apocalyptic wasteland, and you pretty much start with nothing, and yeah, you've just got to survive in this harsh world. As I said, it's a survival game. I really love them. They're just so fun to play. And basically what I'm going to do this episode is just sort of go through the character creation, show you like some hints and tips to get started. And then yeah, if you're enjoying it and I get a few comments saying, hey, let's keep it going, I'm more than happy to keep playing. And at the very least, it's just an introduction for you. So we're going to pick new game here. And the first thing you're confronted is similar to Fallout 3 and games like that. If you've played it, you select traits to start with. I actually suspect this game is fairly influenced by games like Fallout 3. So what you can do is you can pick these positive traits in blue and you put them in the slots over here. You're welcome to take a negative slot trait, and what that would do is gives you an ability to take an extra positive trait. So, without going into it too much, the game starts out with a heavy melee influence. You can get guns, but ammunition is super rare. You can make bows and arrows, but I haven't played range too much yet. So we're going to start with melee, which gives you a better chance to hit in combat. And when you do fight, you pretty much want to be making sure you hit effectively. The next skill we're going to do is, because you start with nothing, you're able to find forests and things like that fairly often. So we're going to take botany, because it lets you know if things are poisonous or not. The first few times I played, I was eating everything and wondering why my character got so sick. The next skill we're going to take is trapping, which means you get extra options when you're crafting with animals. You can take their skin and things like that. You can also catch animals, which is very handy. And the next one we're going to take is the strong trait. It makes us stronger in combat, and yeah, and it means you can carry more too, which is useful because this game is all about scavenging, hence the name. Also, I want the tough trait. You get hurt a lot in this game, and you can die very easily if you just get unlucky. So the tough means we're going to survive a bit longer, but it means, unfortunately, we're going to have to take another negative trait. Out of all of them, some of them are really bad. Probably the two least bad ones are metabolism, which just means you have to eat and drink more often. But you do heal a bit better as a side effect, and insomniac means you sleep less effectively. I'm going to take metabolism. I haven't used it before, so it'll be interesting to see how that actually works. And that means we can take the tough trait. Beautiful. And then you just click confirm and you're good to go. The game is half text-based, half just exploratory. So I'm just going to read some of the text, and then once it gets repetitive, I'll skip it. You wake up disoriented, slumped over the base of an empty cryo sleep pod, still damp with cryo fluid. The thick dust from the floor clings to your skin, leaving a clean spot on the ground where a large O5 is painted. Across the room, there is an open door to the hallway and a broken window leading outside. Just as you gather your wits, an unearthly scream erupts from down the hall beyond the doorway. Something is coming, fast. So basically in this game, it puts you in situations, and in this left box are options of how you deal with the encounter. So you can just jump straight out the window, you can fight, or you can use your knowledge of plants. Now, just because an option's here doesn't mean it's going to work. So it does put you in those situations, which is cool. Now, because I've played this before, I want to just get off to a good start. If you've got melee and strong, you can actually beat the monster that's coming, so let's click that. You drop to a defensive stance as it bursts into the room. The beast stands on its hind legs like a man, but has the appearance of a ragged, predatory dog. The combination of your stance and build must look really imposing, because the dogman actually looks a bit confused when it sees you and hesitates. You both lunge at each other, colliding with great force. The dogman realizes its error too late as you slam it against the door jamb repeatedly. Its corpse crumpled at your feet. You let loose with an unbridled roar that echoes down the facility's halls. You decide that was so awesome that you fish through the console for security footage of it and take it. So when an encounter finishes, you can click this little portrait icon to see what items you got, or you can just say, yeah, sure. So, when you finish an encounter or a fight, this is the screen you get. So there was some broken shards on the floor, security footage of you kicking a dogman's ass with your bare hands, and the actual corpse itself. Now what we're actually going to start with right now is we're going to I'm going to check this record quickly. Basically it gives you just a bit of background about this. So it's something like people who are rich have paid to go into these cryosleep tubes because of some sort of problem with the earth. Alright, I'm going to go out the window. Alright, you decide to go outside and see if you can figure out where you are. And I'm not going to read absolutely everything in this game. But basically you're outside, it's pretty grassy and overgrown, nothing's familiar, etc, etc. So you click confirm, and then you're in the game world. This is it. So it uses hexagon? Hex, is that right? Anyway, grids, octagon, no, that's 8. Hex, I think I'm right. Anyway, it uses these grids to move around. Up here is how many steps you can take. So I've got 5 moves out of 4 left. And there's a lot of things that affect your movement speed, which I'll go into later. The first thing we're actually going to do is go straight back in to the cryo center. So your options again are here, so you can stop scavenging or go in. And I recommend you learn the hotkeys for this game. It speeds things up a lot. So rather than clicking confirm, I just hit space, which is easy. Bloody blah. These 3 meters show how much loot you're looking to find. So good chance of loot. It's very safe, and you're not going to make noise, which you can attract like bad things in this game if you're too noisy. Okay, so we're going back in. Whoops, I pushed the wrong button. Or did I? No. Okay. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to click our crafting menu. And the first thing we're going to do is cut up this dogman. Yes, I know, gory. Don't worry, you don't see anything. So to cut up something, you need obviously something to cut with. So a shard. And it shows you all this good stuff we're going to get out. So lots of meat. But we're actually going to use our trapping ability as well. So your skills can actually be used in crafting in this game, and you'll see it actually added a fur coat. So we're going to craft that, and then if we go to our item screen, everything just drops on the ground. What we're actually going to do is put this fur coat on. Ooh, nice, we got a fur coat. Now, the reason for making that is you actually get exposed to temperature out here. And as it gets colder outside, if you're just wearing a hospital gown, you're going to freeze to death, which is not good. It's not good at all. I'm just using shift click to separate the shards, and there's a reason I'm grabbing a couple of shards, and I'll explain that later. You have no inventory backpack when you start this game, so pretty much, unless you can wear it or put it in your hands, that's all you can do. Alright, you hit tab to go back to the screen. And the first thing we're looking for is a forest, so we can make a weapon. I'll give you a hint. You can usually tell a forest is nearby if it doesn't reveal as you're walking around. So, we've walked into a forest. You push space to end your turn. Notice I'm out of moves, which means I can't perform actions. Now, there's a random's just turned up there. And I don't want to fight him yet because all I've got is a few pieces of glass in my hand. Not good. So if you left click on a hex or a grid, you can see some items on the ground here. And these are 2 you're going to use a lot, forests and marshes or rivers. If you right click them and left click use, it actually drops items out of them. So water, logs, stuff like that. And it's really handy. You do need all this stuff in the game. So the first thing we're going to make is a weapon so we can fight that bad guy coming up. Now, all I can make at the moment... Oops, I need to take out a shard and put it on the ground too, so I can craft with it. So you put a big stick on the ground, the shard of glass, and what that actually makes is a sharpened spear. I can make a better spear in a moment, but I don't have enough moves to do it with. So we're going to put the sharpened spear in our hand, and we'll leave all that there for now. And let's go fight this guy. Okay, so basically we can't quite see him yet, so I normally just use this search for a little bit, so it doesn't make a lot of noise and you can usually get the sneak on them. So this guy is trying to sneak towards me. This visible thing shows if you can see each other. Now they're 26 spaces away, which they're a fair way away from us. And there's a lot of commands here, but you don't use them all, honestly. It's a bit overkill. The main thing I just do, and this game sort of turns your character into a homicidal maniac, you pretty much just charge at everyone and kill them. That's pretty much all you do. So you've got a chance to trip over, but honestly, you don't seem to fall over that much. So you just click charge and push space. Alright. Then click charge and space, and you can see we're closing the distance here. Now, spear weapons have a range of 3, which means you have to get within 3 range to start fighting. And I've fallen over, so I need to get back up. There's a lot of flavor text down here explaining what's happening. You can read it. After a while, it pretty much is the same old stuff. You know what's happening. So I have to get back up. Okay, so he's just charged at me. And he's within 2 spaces now. So I can now fight. These green targeting things attack things. And there's also different attacks, like you can tackle them, but it also makes you fall on the ground. So the spear is a really good weapon. That's why I showed you how to make it. So you can just attack melee, or you can actually go crazy with a surge of attacks. I don't use that because you lose a turn afterward. I find it a lot better just to be consistent. So you click melee and space, and the player lacerated Bad Mother's upper right arm with a sharpened spear stab. So the spear's a really good weapon, does lots of damage, and you can see he's stunned, which means, you know, he's a bit shocked by the action. So then pretty much all you do is just keep melee attacking. So I missed, attack again. Okay, so he's really hurt now, and he's trying to run away. So his 4 spaces, I'm going to charge one more time. Get back into the distance. Melee. Okay, he's unconscious now, which means I can finish him off. You can leave people to die by themselves, but it's easier if you just finish them off. Okay, excellent. He's got a bag, which we can put in our backpack slot. You'll notice things have a condition stat, which means this bag's going to fall apart soonish, but it's better than nothing. Firstly, I'm going to empty it out and then put it in our backpack slot. You'll notice the grid here. So obviously I can't put my spear in the tiny plastic bag, but I can put the shard in there. Cool. We're going to need this water bottle to put water in. T-shirt sounds great. Get some clothes happening. And 1 shoe. So you have to make your outfit in this game. We're going to take his pants. So we're going to empty those out. Put some pants on. I might take this hospital gown off quickly. I don't like it. How do I get it off? It's sort of just like your starter thing so you're not naked. Cool. Alright. Things like jeans, they have item slots as well. Now, he had mushrooms in his pocket, and because of our botany skill, you can see it says edible there. So I can keep those. The lighter is a fantastic item. It makes it safer when you search places. And nothing I can use in there. I'll keep the... Can I No. When you're holding an item, you can actually rotate it by pushing the arrow keys or the WASD keys. So you can actually organise your inventory a bit better. And that's all we need for now. Alright, so we've had our first fight. We got some clothes, a shoe, and a bag. This is a good start. Okay, what I'd like to do now is actually finish making a proper spear. This is a good spear, but you can actually make a stronger one. So back into the forest. Alright, let's see. And I'm going to just rest again. So you can see we've got 4 moves. You actually need movement points for crafting. Okay, so let's do this. First thing we're going to make is another fire. So you need a stick, some like twigs and stuff, and your trapping skill. And yes, I know it's raining, but for some reason you can, still have a fire in the rain. Okay, then we're going to get another stick. We're going to get a shard. And did I find any string? Ah, rats, I didn't. Sorry, you need string, and you can actually tie the shard onto the spear. Whoops, my bad. My bad. My bad. Okay, there's actually nothing I can do at the moment. Cool. So all you can do is, it's still a good weapon for now, and I'll just need to find some string in the near future. And I'll take some water back. No. Okay. Alright, here's another guy to fight. Let's go. Oh, he's run away. Of course he has. If you stand on top of hills, it takes more movement points, but you can see further, which is good. And here comes our first city up here. Okay. So approach the town. Anytime you enter a city grid, the first time in your game you see this screen. Afterwards you don't see it again. So blah blah blah, apocalypse, you don't know what's happened, but it's gone to shit basically. Okay, and then you can use your scavenge option. And it shows you what you can search. So there's a storage shed, and you click confirm. And like when we entered the cryo center, okay, it gives you an estimation of things. So the loot's about halfway. Safety, it's pretty safe, and it's fairly quiet. Now, some things I can do. If you use your strong perk, it says you scavenge brutishly, which makes more loot, the possibility of loot come up, but it's less safe and it's noisy. If you use the lighter, and that's why I was so happy I found it, because you've got a light source, it's a lot safer and you get more loot. And then you click confirm, and then you see what you found. Okay, and here's what was in there. So there's a box, so I can put that in my hand. Alright, so I can carry some more stuff in there, which is cool. This pot, which is a critical item, absolutely critical, because unless you can boil water, you can actually get sick from drinking tainted water. And the meat cleaver, it seems like it'd be a good weapon, but I actually prefer the spear because of its extra range. And, ooh, here's actually another plastic bag. So I'm going to keep that too, just in case this one breaks. And I'm just going to quickly check shards, just for their condition. Nah, no good. Alright, back to the screen. So that's pretty much how you get started in this game. So you're looking for containers, and you can get much better boxes and bags than this. You can get headgear, you can get weapons on your better weapons, you can get gloves and shoes. So what we'll do is we'll wait a turn and let's explore some more. Alright, here's some more city spaces. Okay, distant humming, small engines, bloody blah. Okay, I'm out of turn points. Whoa, this place is huge. Alright, let's scavenge. Abandoned house. So again, you fall into a bit of a routine with this. So you click strong, click the lighter, and as you can see, it's nice and safe. Alright, what did we find this time? Ooh, khaki pants. So the car keys are actually better than the jeans because they have extra item spaces. So I'm going to take those, empty that out quickly, chuck the stuff back in. That t-shirt's in better condition. So you quickly rejig that. Another bottle, I can put it in here. And in fact, let's get our bottles in the same. Let's make like a water box here. And there's newspapers, and that just tells you a bit more about the story. Here's that string I needed to make better weapons. And yeah, let's take another little shopping bag. And that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's go to the next one. And let's do some more scavenging. Storage shed. Okay, what's in this one? Another bottle. Excellent. So you probably need about 4 bottles minimum because your player does tend to need water fairly often. You only need 1 pot. Torches, I don't find that useful. They help you see at night. But I find it easier just to sleep through the night because you've got to sleep anyway. And just looking to see if any shards are in really good condition. Nah. Okay, I think we'll go back to the forest and we'll make some gear. Ooh, another fight. Let's get him. I find at start it's good to kill a lot of people because, not because I'm sadistic or evil, just because they've got good gear on them. So I click engage up close. Okay, so he can't see me yet and he's only 3 spaces away. So I'm going to sneak a bit closer. And he's seen me. So now I'm going to stab him with the spear. He's dodging, which means he's harder to hit. But you just have to keep trying. Okay, I think he's fallen over. So he should be easy to hit now. Yep. Now he's rolled away, so I need to get a bit closer. Let's charge him. Okay, stab again. He's stunned, he's fallen over. Yeah, almost got him. Ooh. Oh, I think my spear broke, which means now I've got to hit him with a stick. Okay, let's finish him off. I've got to get closer though. Alright, whack him with a stick, and dead. Okay, so he had a bow and arrow, which I'm not playing a ranged character, so I'm not going to use that. Empty out his shopping bag. So that had sterilized water in it, which means it's safe to drink, which is what boiling does. Oh, they were shorts, I didn't realize. I'd rather have the pants. When you start the game, it seems to be cold, so you need warmer clothes. Get my lighter back. Okay, there's a squirrel. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nah. Alright, this is pretty good. And I need to make a new weapon, which I can now because I've got the string and I've got the shards. So, let's see. Wait a turn. And let's finish off by making that weapon I really wanted to make. So, get some wood out and let's get crafting. Okay, so firstly we need to start a fire. So, piece of wood, kindling, and chopping skill makes fire. And then, what do we need next? Need melee, the big stick. We need a sharp edge, which is the shards. Now, the better the shard you use, the stronger the condition of the finished spear and a bit of string. And you can see this time it's called a broad spear. And you can see the condition is directly related to the glass shards condition. That's why I've been carrying on about shards. So the good thing about this too is it only loses 1% a hit of condition, whereas the sharpened spear, which you can just make easily, loses 9% a hit. So really good to make that weapon. Okay, next thing we're going to do quickly is boil some water. So, to do that, you need water. Oh, that's sterilized. Don't need that water. Okay, you need some water. You need that pan. Where have I put the pan? Oh, it's in my container. Whoops. Put the pan on the ground. Oh, I see. Okay. Yep. Okay. Fire, water, and the pan. And you can see it makes sterilized water. If you've got sterilized water, you know it's safe to drink. So that's a good thing. And you just put a bottle, you just put the bottle over the water and put it in, and that's all good. The last thing I want to try and make, I think you can make your binoculars wearable around your neck. I think you just put string on them. Let's try it. So binoculars and string. No, it's not that one. Maybe it's short string. Big string. I'm pretty sure I saw someone attach string to binoculars somehow, and it made like this cool binoculars on string thing. I don't know, maybe I'm confused. I don't know. Anywho, if I figure out how to do it, I'll show you in another video. Okay, so let's take stock. We've got the sharpened spear now. We've got sterilized water, and we've got some food. Cool. Okay, so you can see our thirst is going down a bit. So all you do is you go to your inventory screen, right click your bottle and click use. And you can see ever so slightly your thirst goes back up, or down rather, depending which way you want to look at it. And that's all you need to do. To get rid of your hunger, you just eat some food. So you can see our hunger's going back up. There we go. And last thing is just to sleep, you just click the sleep icon. And obviously I'm sleeping just in a forest, so there's no shelter, but you can sleep pretty good. And you just click sleep. And I think I didn't take Insomniac, no. Obviously your player's gonna have trouble falling asleep because you're lying on the ground, but you just need to keep clicking it. Possibly because it's daytime as well, but you can see I lost the tired buff. And that's basically all there is to this game. It's a lot of fun once you get into it. I kind of like how it's a bit different, and your character gets quite geared up in the end. Like you get guns and really good weapons and stuff. You get better backpacks, so it gets quite fun. I haven't shown you everything because it'd take ages to show the whole game. But if you're enjoying this, please leave a like and leave a comment and let me know if you're interested in seeing more of this game. And if not, you know, if it doesn't get much support, I'll just end the series here. But it's good just to share with your crew as well, like what games I'm into. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay happy, and I'll see you next time. Alright, see you guys.